I This is the final and last part of Cisco Academy Network Academy series, CCNA Security Series, Packet Tracer 2512. And this video we're going to be configuring um, router R3 to support SSH connections. So first, configure the domain name. Configure a domain name of ccnasecurity.com on this R3 router. And now, if the router has a unique host name, um, where we have a host name here in the router. Um, this is a Cisco ENPA 55. So the host name that this router is R3. So if the router has a unique host name, um, we need to configure IP domain name of the network using a command called IP domain name. So in this example, you can see that the IP domain name span.com. This is what, but we are going to be using the domain name is ccnasecurity.com. So we go to the global configuration mode, config t, and then we type IP domain name, let's see what IP, and then we put a question mark. We can see that here we find the domain name. This is what we're going to be using, IP domain name. So IP domain name, and then it's asking us to put what is going to be the domain name is. So we're going to be using this one, ccnasecurity.com. This is going to be our domain name. The second step is going to be this one. Configure user to log in to the SSH server R3. Like create a user ID which is going to be SSH admin with the highest possible privilege level, and the secret password is Cisco SSH PA55. So we go to the global configuration mode. We type username. We type this one, SSH admin. This is going to be our username. And then we put a question mark, and this is we can set the privilege level, set the user privilege level. So PRI and tab completions, and then what is going to be the privilege level is asking us the highest possible privilege level. We can see over here 0 to 15. So we put 15, and then secret password Cisco or Cisco SSH PA55. This is going to be our password, and then secret, and then it's going to be Cisco SSH PA55. So we set our local username and password with highest privilege level of 15. Now the third is configure the incoming VTY line on R3. Now use the local user account for mandatory login and validation, except the SSH connection only. So the local user we have used is going to be SSH admin and password is Cisco, SSH PA55, and we are going to be allowing only SSH connection. Um, so so we type line VTY 0 to 4. That means we're allowing 5 peoples to log in. This is the standard. Then we're allowing the local user accounts. So we're going to be saying login, and then you can say authentications are local. We're going to be using local user authentication. So we put login local, and it's asking for carriage return. And now we accept only SSH connection. So we're going to be using a command called transport input SSH. Let's see what are the command available now. You can see the question mark. We can see transport, and then we're going to be seeing input. We're going to be using input because it's all incoming. Transport input, and then we can either use here all, that allows every telnet and both telnet and SSH to access, but we're going to be using SSH transport SSH, and then it's asking for carriage return. Now erase existing key pairs on R1. Any existing RSA key pair should be raised on the router. If no key exists, you might receive this message: no signature RSA key found in configuration. Now we first exit. Now to see SSH we use a command called show crypto key my pub key RSA command, and what this command allows us to do is, let me see, show, put a question mark, crypto, we see the crypto here, crypto, so crypto, then we can see key, show crypto key, and then question mark, we say my pub key, show crypto key my pub key, and then we question mark, we type RSA, and then we hit the comma. We can see that the show crypto, we don't see anything, it doesn't generate anything. So any existing RSA key pair should be raised on the router. If no exists, you might receive a message: no signature RSA key found in the configuration. So we typed the RSA, but we have not seen any messages. So packet tracer did not show any messages. So we go again, config T, and now if there are any messages, what command we used to use? We used to use so yeah, if we have seen any if we had seen any RSA key when we use the show crypto key my key RSA, then we would have used a command called to clear that one, which is crypto um, crypto and then key, and then this command we use to zeroize, which is remove any key if they're there. Zeroize, and then what is that? RSA. RSA. This is the command that we use. So it's the no signature RSA key found in configuration. We try to erase it, but there is nothing there. That's why it gives the messages the no signature RSA key found in the configuration. And now generate the RSA encryption key pair on R3. The router uses RSA key pair for authentication and encryption of transmitted SSH data. Configure the RSA key with a modulus of 1024. The default is like 512, and the range is between 360 to 2046. In this picture, you can see this picture. Here, this is the command crypto key generate RSA general key modulus 1024. And what this does is this is a one way of secret keys, and it must be generated for a router to encrypt the SSH traffic. So this command crypto key generate RSA general key modulus it helps the router to encrypt the SSH traffic. These keys are referred to as a asymmetric key. And Cisco operating system software uses an algorithm called Rivest-Shamir and Edelman algorithm. This is what is called RSA, Rivest-Shamir and Edelman algorithm. And this algorithm generates the key. So we have to use the crypto key generate RSA general key modulus 1024 and the global configuration mode command. The modulus, this modulus, it determines the size of the RSA key, and it can be configured from 360 bits to 2048 bits. Now the larger this modulus, the more secure this RSA key. However, the key with large modulus values takes slightly longer to generate and longer to encrypt and decrypt. Now the minimum recommended modulus key length is 1024 bits. So to the generation RSA, we type crypto and then we type crypto key, and then we type generate. This is the generate command that we are going to be using, E-N-E-R-A, generate, and then we type RSA Rivest-Shamir and Edelman algorithm, and then crypto key generate RSA. Now we type enter, and now it's asking me how many choose the size of the key modulus in the range of 360 to 2048. So we are going to be using 1024. This is the standard, and we type. Now this is the generating 1024 bit RSA key will be non-exportable. Now verify the SSH configuration. Use the show IP SSH command to see the current setting. Verify that the authentication timeout, um, and retries are their default values of 120 and 3. So uh, authentication timeout. So it's going to be timing out in 120 seconds, and retries is going to be three times you can try, and after that it is not going to be it's going to be logging you out. You have to log back in. So we type show IP SSH, show IP SSH. Oh, it says it has to be in the privilege executive mode. Show IP. So this is the SSH. So we can see that this version is a 1.99, and default authentication timeout is 120, and then authentication retries is 3. Now we're going to be configure the SSH timeout and authentication parameters. Now the default SSH timeout parameters can be altered to be more restrictive. Set the timeout is 90 seconds. The number of authentication retries is true, and the version to 2. Um, so we're going to be going to the global configuration mode. Config T IP SSH the question mark IP SSH authentication retries. Authentication retries. We're going to be only for 2 times. 2. And then again IP SSH timeout is going to be 99 second. Timeout we're going to be using 99 second question mark. It's asking for carriage return, and then IP SSH, and then version is going to be 2. We change the version to 2. Now we we save the running config to startup config. So we go to the we type WR, that saves the running configuration to startup configuration. Now the attempt to connect R3 via telnet from PC. So this is the attempt to connect R3 telnet. So open the desktop PCC, select the command prompt and PCC, enter the command to connect the R3 via telnet. So we go to the PC, desktop, command prompt. So we type telnet. This is the IP address 192.168.3.1. 192.168.3.1. Now we see that we cannot connect it via telnet because we have configured our router to connect only SSH, not the telnet. Now connect the R3 using SSH on PCC. So we connect using SSH now. SSH, and then log in. What are the username that we have used for SSL login? Let's go over here. We have used we have used this name, which is SSH admin. So login admin, and then that's the username, and then IP address is 192.168.3.1.3.1. 192.168.3.1. Okay, now it's asking us for the password. So password that we have used is Cisco SSH PA55. This is the password that we have used, Cisco SSH PA55. Cisco SSH PA55. SSH admin, SSH admin 192.168.3.1, 192.168.3.1. Password is going to be Cisco SSH PA55. Cisco SSH PA55. So now we are logged in. So our SSH configuration is successful. Now connect to R3 router using SSH and PC. We're done. Now connect to R3 using SSH on R2. So we're going to be using connection from R2 to R3 using SSH. Go to the command line, enable Cisco ENPA55. Now we're going to be typing this command SSH, and then we have configured it version 2, SSH version 2, and then we log in, and the IP address is 10.2.2.1, which is the interface of this one, 10.2.2.1. We're connected from here, so we're going to be using this one, 10.2.2.1. 10.2.2.1. Oh, sorry, we didn't put the username. Okay, SSH, then version 2, and then login, and then we need to put a username, which is SSH admin, SSH admin, and then IP address 10.2.2.1. And now we're going to be using password Cisco SSH PA55. We're logged in from R2 to R3 using SSH connection. Now this concludes our part 3, which is SSH, configure the router to accept the SSH connection only.